around amongst each other. Evie's movement in this dress is awkward and stupid. She's never had to play a social role like here, where for Jacob it's second nature.
Okay, there we go. Let me sending data. Okay, good, that's there. So now let me get some music on.
But if one man could remember the dance, could know that he could change things for the better.
Bro literally has never heard of the book.
Here, the location of the vault. Go.
Just like that. No plan.
So I'll catch up as soon as I'm rid of this infernal contraption.
Woo! She's just like our boy. This is where the shroud just keeps getting. It's jeez, terrible. This final boss is a fucking circus. I was actually shocked at the time of King Jacob. You know what? More power to the song.
Dominic, welcome to the stream. Just posted 2 shorts in the random egg one of copy of Ultra Sun. Nice.
The protagonist quite funny. And I find it hilarious that with their limited dev time, they were like, yeah, we're going to somewhat double our work and complicate our story with having 2 leads. And it kind of worked. They got me wanting to see more of these 2, and that's all Nintendo wants to do, right? If you want more?
It's a big world out there. With London in the center.
Subscribers of being able to live stream. I hope you do get through that though.
Yeah, I love it. Instead of our game ending with the protagonist becoming a master assassin, we just
get
calling back to their first race when they got to London. And you know, keeping the sibling rivalry alive. This song, Underground, is an original for ACS, and it's so bloody good. It beautifully captures the vibe and tone of the game in London, and is able to frame the entire game that grants me an even greater appreciation.
Having oxygen delivered to his house today, he won't quickly smoking cigars, which are harming in his lungs.
This time was still terrifying. After the end of 3, I was really hyped to see the precursors of the greater stake in the modern day plot, and for them to get really weird with it. I hear that Valhalla revitalizes the modern day use side of things, so I'm excited to see that when we get to that. Assassin's Creed sits in a weird spot. So, as an international of a rushed, underwhelming sequel, with not enough new to justify its existence. I think it's well.
I watched the sock puppet you. I died laughing. Yes, of course, because you want to know the funny thing? You want to know the funny thing, Dominic? That he disliked the show. Your Jester complained yet? There's a dislike on one of them actually. I need to check. Hold on. Which one has the? Oh, it's the households escalate alt account smash report campaign.
Was just meant to be a bridge to get us to Origin, and I think that it's 30 to 40 hours of gameplay here.
Okay, perfect. Jay's just replied. I can send that to him now. Haha! Thank you, Jay.
Very good job, on point for players, and also a fine send-off for this area of AC. Funny how, just like Industrial London is undergoing consistent changes, so too with
and he's probably disliking someone else. Oh, I know the dislike. It still counts as like. Yeah. I don't cry about dislikes, unfortunately.
I still totally be there as an admission. Now, I've spent this whole
time about the dislikes.
There isn't anything like that.
Oh,
this game's a strip. It's AC4 with art combat and story.
It's like it's
one living in the shadow of it.
To me, so I don't really give 2 fucks.
They're really great pitch. And
I don't give a flying monkey.
When it's good, it's great. That wasn't this game's focus, and that's okay. I remember thinking to myself when I was running where I was, wow, I'm doing the same subset of having a blast right now.
Well, he pretends that broccoli will lead them to communism, yeah? Broccoli thinks you're fucking disgusting, yeah? Broccoli thinks that you're a fucking creep, yeah?
this game's superior to Unity, and I'm almost inclined to agree. Though the promise of Unity improvement makes me want to say I
Also,
like
there's
it.
one thing I will put down.
Which
I need
was
to find it.
this is the end of an era, really. Finally, I RPG era. We'll get to those. Goddamn, those are beasts, and there are somehow 4 of them now. But what are your thoughts on Syndicate? I low-key wish I played it back when it dropped, when I was less critical of games, because 17-year-old me would have ate this shit up. Now I'm 25 and dead. Don't forget, don't available for free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and make sure to use my link in the comment your passport pack for a limited time.
And I like Nia.
Only for new returning players, though, who have not
Also,
played the last.
by the way,
What are you waiting for? Get on the battlefield. Anyway, remember, everyone, drive the speed limit, drink some water, and love them.
also, let me just show you some funny shorts as well. Okay, there we go. Let me just post that in. Let me just post that in server, because Worldhammer did actually make some shorts of. Worldhammer did actually make some shorts on him, so that way you can laugh at Howard. At his insanity. Oh look, Belle's here, hon.
Oh,
Belle's here. Our cat horse is here.
our breeder is here.
Yes. Yeah, by the way, Dominic, that's one of the links I've given to the shorts. You can view them at your pleasure. They are funny. Especially the one I linked down. They are funny.
Welcome to a brand new
He'll be like, wee! How fucking dare you! How dare you post shorts from a person that I hate!
And Ubisoft, we're still struggling to find direction in their franchise with the leads like The Walking Dead after Rick left the show. If AC was to survive, it needed to evolve, and we saw hints of this evolution in Unity and Syndicate. Now we're finally here. The insanely large.
When it comes to DLC, more forward, it tends to be more content in the game like the franchise is franchise-centric, so more content is a no-brainer. We're so used to seeing countless Assassin's 3-day rankings from worst to best. But what about the DLCs within these games? Because there is a lot, and I mean a lot of them. Around 18 or 19 to be precise, and there's more on the way. I've been wanting to create this video for a long time, but I always just kept putting it off because I forgot what happens in most of the DLCs since I played them so long ago when they first released. So over the past few months, I took it upon myself and decided to play every single DLC again just to bring this video to life. Was it fun? Let's just say grass was not touched at all during this period. You know, take a look at all of these comments asking for this video. So today's the day I deliver.
You have not paid the tax yet.
Is all my personal opinion, so please don't get upset if I place your favorite DLC near the bottom. If you do enjoy this video, you can subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into my official ranking of every Assassin's Creed DLC from worst to best. Assassin's Creed Syndicate has quite a few DLCs. There's Jack the Ripper, Dreadful Crimes, and also The Last Maharaja. At their last in this video, I've gone with The Last Maharaja DLC, which I found to be one of the most uninspiring pieces of video game material in this franchise. It's a DLC that, if you honestly skipped over, good on you, because you saved not only your own money, but literal time of your life. For me, it was just in time of my life that unfortunately will never be getting back. So I got scammed not just in currency, but also my lifespan. Okay, I'll stop being harsh and talk about the DLC now. The Last Maharaja is a DLC that you can get for around $2 or $3, which is cheap as it should be. The basically, if it's Syndicate, then you'd be glad to know that this DLC where you do the exact same thing over and over, just a bite-sized version. Looking back at it now, this DLC often raises the question. I do remember playing this DLC when it first released and what a buggy mess it was. When I replayed it a few weeks ago for this video, it seemed to have fixed
I'll see how that is once I'm done.
Delete kind of similar in style what you'd expect from the Charles Dickens or Charles Darwin side quest. Honestly, if this DLC was an attempt to squeeze extra money from players, then Ubisoft did exactly that, which is not surprising at all. The entire
Yeah,
premise
we're
of this
gonna roughly have like
has been in Maharaja.
2-3 hour streamish. Depends on my
Trying
energy.
to
I'm
Jacob and
still
Eve
achy from the day before.
could not give two shits about his character or what his motives are because the game didn't provide me with enough content to care for his character. It's pretty funny because I feel the only two actual cutscenes in this entire DLC happen right at the start and also right at the end, which goes to show you the lack of effort put into this. We also got introduced to this character named Ridley Ellsworth. Now, I'm not sure when or how Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil managed to transport his way into the Assassin's Creed universe because, goddamn, that's a spitting image. I mean, if there was one person well, you can already guess who's going to be. This DLC is the Assassin's Creed Syndicate in a nutshell. Very tedious character
There's
chases.
a third person. I don't know who it was. Well, I know Roadhammer will be occasionally joining in.
It's at the very start of the
I don't
DLC,
know if
after
it's
minutes into the
the
DLC.
Jester yet, but I know Roadhammer. The court Jester's probably bitching on a post. He's probably bitching in his server actually. He's probably bitching in his server like, how dare Foxo Piss Prize still exist when she doxed me? Blah 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 blah.
The villain is a knockoff Leon Kennedy, and the character
While
that
still
is
claiming that, I love how he claims that, oh, she doxed me, but I'll dox her, rules for thee, but not for me.
the finale of the greatest protagonist in this franchise.
I
But
can't
the
wait for
DLC
next
will
month
take
when
quite
he'll be
a
freaking out about the Discord
I mean,
changes.
this DLC for me is of my ranking. It's
Also,
the
I'll
DLC
have
that
one more with this one.
similar to the last
And then
Maharaja,
we'll
and
be
it comes
doing some Monster Hunter 2.
to how you would even buy
I
or
did get
access
the first one in actually.
it already installed with Revelations now. I honestly have no idea. You know, this DLC is
copy for the first one.
also known as Taken. But what it ends up doing is creating a frustrating and tedious experience that honestly I just wish I had skipped. It's not so first. The DLC
No,
practice
Monster Hunter
is
Stories.
released
We're
to
not
Stillman.
getting Digimon Time Stranger until I believe like June actually.
Good,
He
but that's not
stupidly
the issue.
doxed himself and put the blame on us. Lamau.
The
Yes.
It's a simple first-person puzzle platforming levels meant to
Yes,
provide some
Lamau
backstory. Sections in the main game were
He
just
wasn't
okay.
taught internet safety.
Centered around them. The gameplay is
We
essentially a
were
mix
taught
of
this thing very young. Don't give your personal details out on the internet. It'll be bad.
making a bland
Guys,
digital environment.
Goofy. No, Goofy would have more common sense. He's one of the goblins from the Black Cauldron.
It's like a big storytelling device. There is occasional moments where you'd
Goofy
be
would
like,
have
oh,
more
that's
sense.
but these moments are so brief. What makes this DLC even more disappointing is the fact that it
But
could
yeah,
have
he
been
is
something
Mimi and
like
Goofy.
character of potential. And the story
Lamau.
of in the
Well,
animus
that's how I
is
imagine
really
the court jester.
the delivery here is just
Well, his
awful.
mum
The
is
narrative
Monstro from Pinocchio.
which feels lazy and
Exactly.
disconnected from
Yeah,
the game.
exactly.
This is the
We were
emotional
taught internet
engagement.
safety.
The story is the format
Somehow,
done.
this idiot was never taught
Then
it.
I totally get it. But something like this is not everybody's cup of tea, and it's for sure not mine. It's a DLC that you should just watch on YouTube in bed, as it is honestly a good bedtime film.
Heard
The
the
only
court
reason
jester's got a community
because
guideline.
the story
Yep.
isn't even that bad, despite being told to
Yep,
before you
I
see
found that out. He's got it for a week. Many times. Yep.
the series. And it's DLC, Battle of Foley and Vampire
I
Vanity.
got his Discord limited. Good.
I'm not
He's
going to
gonna
let
be
this guy
streaming next month and Discord makes the fucking changes to try and get our IDs.
It's obviously. In fact, you're probably thinking, what on earth is
Not
this?
bad.
You see, when this was released in 2009, DLCs were not a part of the franchise. After completing Sequence 11, the game just jumped straight to a bearded Ezio in Montergioni, without any real explanations for the facial hair. If I remember correctly, after Sequence 11, Sean and Rebecca would talk about damaged sequences before skipping to the final sequence in Rome. At the time, the transition seemed logical, and we didn't really think much of it. However, many of you may not have played the game back in 2009, but rather more recently. If you played through Assassin's Creed 2 for the first time in the past
I
8 or 9
can't wait
years,
to see him found enough.
without realizing DLC was integrated into the base game. The PC version, the console game of the year,
Let
did
me get the
the bumper
controller.
also lead back to the 40 DLC, which have also ranked
Because
after as
I'll
integrated
be
DLC.
getting the
DLC
homebrew switch out.
part of the game without anyone really realizing. Anyway, when it comes to the back to the 40 DLC, the story picks up after we retrieve the apple from Rodrigo in Venice, aiming to secure it in Forley's citadel under Caterina's Sports's protection. Upon arrival, we find Forley overrun by mercenaries, led by two random people
So Discord off. Even the PC is smarter than the core Jester. Yeah, exactly.
to be rapidly Ravagino for
Perfect.
here
Okay,
earlier.
let me get Twitch working on.
Brothers they kidnapped
Let
Caterina's
me
children.
get that sorted.
This is a story shift of
Just make sure Twitch chat is working.
brothers nobody cares about. Just
Okay,
straight
there
up
we
this
go, it's working. Okay, it's time for homebrew. Lovely, lovely homebrew. The best time to have homebrew.
and start missions over and over again. The DLC ends rescuing the children, killing the brothers, and recovering the apple. Which, yay, I guess. And it gets worse because Ezio suddenly gets stabbed and loses the apple to a mysterious figure missing a finger, who, just like the OC brothers, we have no idea who he is. Bear in mind, this is near the end of the game, and they introduce us to new characters just like is later revealed to be Girolamo Savonarola, pushing up the next and equally less impressive Bonfire Vanity DLC.
Definitely smarter, yep.
Vanity DLC is a DLC that ends up just being more of a misstep. While it does offer some fascinating moments and a few interesting mechanics, overall it feels like a slug that I found myself that I skipped. First, let's dive into what Bonfire Vanity is all about. This DLC adds a series of new missions set in Florence, featuring four
Also, by the way, hon, how's the volume?
It's good.
This is promising. This historical context is fascinating. In fact, it's based on Savonarola's infamous Bonfire Vanities, where in real history, people and art and books that were deemed sacred, providing a nice little backdrop.
Oh yeah, by the way, I can show off the monsters I have in the stables, because I know I named one after the court jester.
It is like a series of errands rather than a cohesive
I
story.
have
After
to
a
go into my stables to check.
just want to get to
They will never get experience though. The two monsters I have named will never get experience.
One mission requires assassinating a doctor, and while blending in is a breeze, making the actual kill is a whole other story. It demands precise movements, and one time they get shoved aside by guards and detectives, frustratingly resetting the mission. The main frustration is not the stealth gameplay suck, but the harsh penalties for minor errors. The worst target for me is easily the singing priest atop the
Oh, there we go. We got Jester's fat mother, and we got the Aussie Doof.
Unlike the rest of Assassin's Creed 2, we get
The Aussie Doofus.
Unfair Vanities is way less.
They will never get experience.
Game over. If you're caught during the assassination, game over. If you're caught upon the leap of faith, game over. This strict stealth requirement turns what could be exciting missions into tedious sneaking around chores, especially with that singing priest on top of the massive cathedral. Getting spotted forces people to start from the bottom again and
Could
again.
you nickname a monster after me? It depends what monster you want, Dominic. What monster do you want?
Intelligence and the work we develop the fortress of Savonarola. This will prioritize quality over quantity, giving them more meaningful experience instead of, chasing after numerous underdeveloped characters 9 frequent times in a row. The one positive thing I can say about this DLC is that it gave us that iconic speech. But other than that, it's one of the worst DLCs in this franchise. Honestly, if Assassin's Creed 2 did not have both the battle and bonfire.
It depends what monster you want, Dominic. Yep. Aussie Doof and Jester's fat mother will never get experience though. Law accurate, yeah. I mean, to be fair, the best thing I can get at this moment, and him being a almost like dodo-like creature. I don't know about the monsters in this game, but I'll be happy with whatever you choose. You know what? Whatever egg I get, if you like the monster, you can then decide whether you want to pick that monster or not. all you have to do, Dominic, as well, is just type in Monster Hunter Stories 2 eggs, and then you should have a list on Google on images, and then you can pick the egg that fancies you, depending on how far you are.
Hobby human players must sit at the walls to find the target chip and stay smart on hiding in the process. That right there sounds incredible, right? You've got fire and ice giants, a mythical realm. Well, you see, unfortunately, writing is a problem in this franchise, and this DLC is a prime example.
I want to find some more eggs.
Because it's just
If I get any rare dens, that would be perfect.
When the realms explored in the base game, its environment doesn't capture the same wow factor as Asgard, or at least that's how I see it. The impressive scale and verticality of Harvey's home in Asgard.
Yeah, this is a homebrew system with playing on the Japanese cartridge.
It was put your hand over the fantasy parts. It's just England all over again. It's visually appealing, don't get me wrong, but visuals are the actual science.
Any rare dens? I would like some rare dens, please.
From place to place, it's so easy to forget that you're in a fantastical world. The landscape has a lot of lava and that's the ice coloured tree is very noticeable. It didn't make me as baffled as I was when I looked at it.
I do prefer rare dens because you get more. You get better eggs out of them, but
as good as things are in Assassin's Creed,
my
this
luck,
comes with
maybe in Extreme you could do that one Digimon game that has Rosemon. Well, to be fair, there's like more chances for stuff.
just so padded.
I don't know what the plan is for tomorrow, so
For Dawn of Ragnarok, I thought the playtime increased by quite a lot, by around 15 to 20 hours. I feel like if this DLC's runtime was slightly shorter and it was actually cohesive, it would have been pretty great. Some key moments in the end user impact, as spending half an hour looking at dungeon using completely disjointed and hard to follow. But aside from the negatives I just mentioned, there are quite a few positives. I like how you can transform into
okay, that is a dodo. I do not want dodo.
This is the complete red tree and the power is tailored
Velociraptor.
How allows you to walk on lava, blending with the spells. Another provides ice attacks so that you can run detected amongst the open. You can use your weapon with lava energy and temporarily resurrect fallen enemies to fight for you. While there are 5 powers in total, you can only really equip 2 at any given time, and the usage is limited by available energy. This means you need to choose carefully based on your current situation. However, as cool as these powers
To be
are,
fair though, Dominic, tomorrow is the birthday, so there will definitely be a stream, I just don't know what's happening.
For base game. Oh, and true to Ubisoft's style, each power can be upgraded using any currency for silica, obtained by raiding millions of people. We're not seeing Valhalla's base game anymore. There are no Vikings, so why on earth are we recycling the same raiding aspect that nobody liked into the DLC? It just doesn't make any sense. The skill tree also receives new extensions, including a pretty stupid and hilarious looking replay for running attacks and various skills to the enemy options during their combats. Beyond the mundane story, you find yourself occupied with various other things, such as uncovering Norse mythology tales about skills and binders, visiting dwarven altars to earn skill points in exchange for offerings, locating dwarf shelves and rescuing dwarves from broken captives. While these are different from anything we've seen in the game, they just become so repetitive to the point where you don't want to do them anymore. There is also a system that's unique divine tier for weapons and armor, which is a step up from the previous mythic limits. This means you can further upgrade both your old and new gear. Thus, if you equip 4 or 5 armor slots with divine gear, Harvey gets this pretty cool divine landing passive ability, which is a quote-unquote fan favorite from Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It lets him fall from any high good at damage, which is super handy considering how vertical some of the parts on the map are. It's understandable, though a bit disappointing that Abel cannot use this ability in the base game. But what's really odd is that Harvey cannot use divine landing or defeat the riff in Asgard, where he's literally from. But yeah, it's a DLC that fails a lot, but succeeds in some parts. But it does ultimately come in at $40 price point, and I simply cannot let that go unnoticed.
Alright man, let's see where then. There's red den.
It's open world and very heavily RPG gameplay. But you see, its DLC, more specifically Legacy of the First Blade, falls short of the main game standards. Ranking just above Dawn of Ragnarok, this DLC promised to just essentially enrich the Odyssey experience. But to me, it ended up feeling like a missed opportunity. You can get the DLC for $20 I think, but if anything, it's worth it just buy the season pass since you get access to this one and another big DLC. You know, if you did not have enough of the almost 100 hours you put into the base game, well, there's a lot more. There's Legacy of the First Blade and the Fate of Atlantis. We can talk about shortly in this video. Hunted, Shadow Heritage, and Bloodline. The story introduces Darius, the legendary assassin revealed his first blade to fight against the recorder known as Witch. If you're an OG,
Okay,
you
let's
realize that
see what eggs we get.
in Assassin's Creed 2, so it's
I
good
would
that they
prefer
focus on
some nice eggs.
but hey, better late than never, right? The premise of the legacy of the first blade sounds exciting. An origin story of sorts, delving into the roots of the Assassin Brotherhood. Well, it's not bad, it's just not great. I mean, to be fair, you would have thought the origin style of the Assassin would argue, but hey, let's do something. Confusing the hell out of gamers for no reason at all. But apart from Darius, the game introduces you to Nataka, who is Darius' son. Or if you play as Alexia, who
Okay,
is
there's
Darius'
a pig guarding.
I heard about the frustration that the school is forcing to commander the creation of a family role, including having a little baby. So experiencing this
You know what, I'll take that one.
especially since it's shoehorned that into a romance with Nataka. You have to remember that some people shape their protagonist as gay, so make of that what you will. And speaking of Nataka, he's easily one of the most forgettable characters in this Assassin's Creed Plus the series by far. His generic appearance, which looks straight out of the default NPC generator, makes him look like he's been handing out side quests, like dealing with rampant pigs on his farm or looking for lost gold. Personality-wise, he's a complete blank slate. You know, there's a saying that you should be able to describe a character's key traits without mentioning their role, and for Natakas, well, he's just there. The legacy of the first blade DLC is set entirely in regions we've already seen, and it introduces you to a new cult, something that seems to be a really common theme in this game, and delves into the story of the first member of the Assassin Order. There is not much to differentiate the Order from the base game's cult of Cosmos. Both operate in the shadows, both manipulate society, and both wear weird-looking masks. While they are integral to the events of each of the 3 episodes in this DLC, their presence is not impactful at all. The story suggests that they've been influencing Greek politics for some time, explaining their widespread presence, but this feels somewhat superficial. Each episode highlights a key leader of the Order as the main antagonist, but these villains don't get much time in the spotlight, and it's because of the episode's balancing, whether it's with Cassandra, Darius, Natakas, or the child. By the time this DLC was released, had already completed the main story, making it immediately accessible and immediately, well, let's just say very over-leveled for it, which I didn't really before. The first episode with Hunted was quite decent. In fact, out of the 3, it was easily my favorite. When you teamed up with Darius, who left me on this is much better as the son. It's tough to not do the fact is essentially with the fact that we can no new areas to explore. I feel like you can kind of compare this DLC to the Hidden Ones from Origins, but it's definitely really good. Just like this DLC, the Hidden Ones extends the village gameplay but also introduces a brand new region of Sinai. On the other hand, this DLC reuses existing regions of Odyssey, such as Macedonia, Achaia, and Messenia. And yes, I butchered those but hey, wait no time. We've got plenty of times in the base game, especially
the south side of the island, huh?
Game.
I was just getting ready to head there myself.
Perfect. We've got a date with an
I didn't really want to flirt with Natakas because there was no motivation
Wait,
or benefit
you
for me
mean
to
the
do so.
South
And despite my
Carolina
episode of World
That
Days,
place
certain
has kind of a notable history, you know.
Dialogue about settling down and starting a family came
What
up.
kind
And the
of
choices I
history?
made throughout the game asserted to Sandra that she was happy
Something
with the
bizarre
mistress
happened
and did
there
not want
years
to
ago,
settle down.
right
However,
in the
the
very
game is
depths
so
of the
heavily
den.
based on choice doesn't feel like that's the case.
Something
The choices we
bizarre?
make throughout these episodes felt so meaningless.
There was a
It's
big
stupid
fuss
because
about a
after all the
huge
possible
monster
endings in
showing
the
up
base
there.
game, I was
The
genuinely
village
surprised
sent
by
some
how
riders
strict
to
it was.
investigate.
It felt like a betrayal of the
And-
character that's been solely out of development. The only noteworthy
What did they
aspect of this
find?
DLC was the increased naval activity and the addition of a new
In
name
the
to
low
weapons
light,
industrial.
they could
However,
just make out
these
a
qualities
monster
were
with
definitely
pale
overshadowed
white
by the lack
whiskers
of meaningful
and
choices and the
shimmering
overall
blue
brevity of
eyes.
the DLC. The ending is clearly meant to
White
be bittersweet,
whiskers
but it could only end in
and
one way
blue
without fundamentally
eyes?
changing the whole experience. The story doesn't
A
quite only
hulking,
promote the
tanned
impact
creature was
meaningful.
dancing
You know,
around the
thinking of it
den.
now, this DLC really just shows me that Cassandra's voice
tanned
acting is
monster?
good and kind of carries the message weight. That said, the
dancing
Flash
around
was
the
still
den?
pretty cool, offering a glimpse of life and life.
What kind of monster was this?
It was a nice touch.
White whiskers, blue eyes,
Is this
nice
considered a hot take?
tan?
I have no idea. I'm making this video without looking at what people's rankings look
That
like when it
sounds
comes
just
to
like
the
Chief
DLC.
Gah.
So me putting freedom patches low would look
Yeah.
bad. But at the end of the day,
Turns
this
out
is entirely
that's what
my
it was.
opinion. Now, Black Flag is often held as one of the best entries in the series, and it's
You
standalone
gotta be
DLC
kidding me.
Pride
How could they
manages to
mistake
capture
him
some
for
of
a
that magic,
monster?
but also delivering a very unique and
I know,
definitely
right?
powerful food.
Complete
So,
lack of
if you want
respect.
to pride, but not
He just laughed
well,
it
that's
off.
because
But the riders who'd hyped themselves up for a battle didn't find it so funny.
is feature, whereas people
That dance must have been pretty peculiar to fool everyone like that.
Yeah.
might not be. Anyway, Freedom
Nobody
Price
had
centers
ever
on
seen a
Adwali,
human
a
move
former
like that
slave and
before.
assassin. Now, Kruger
He was
knows
more like
served
a
as
fanged
Abraham
beast.
quartermaster in Black Flag. In this DLC, which
Whoops,
takes
now
place
I'm
15
starting
years
to
after
sound
Black Flag, so
disrespectful.
that's a massive jump. He's now
Anyway,
almost fully fledged.
how about we get going?
It's interesting. After
Here's hoping
intercepting
we don't run into any actual monsters.
now that we're stranded, we essentially start aiding a rebellion and liberating slaves to overthrow the governor. You know, the one positive thing I can say is really while it's character. To me, I found the story to be quite on the private side. It sometimes feels overly destructive about the evils of slavery to the point where it becomes repetitive. As bad as this might sound, I just kind of find myself saying, yes, I know slavery is really bad, but can we just move on with the actual story, please? That's the kind of vibe I got with you. Instead of taking that lunar space and strength out I don't want to like do the because the more is everything. Its vengeance is justified when the atrocity is fighting. It's pretty much the same of this game, and it's a thing that nobody can really argue against. One thing that really did bug me about Freedom Cry was the fact that you have to be a slaves before you can move on to the next mission. Sure, being slaves is huge out about his character and story, but it's very quickly more strange that these free slaves don't actually aid you in the missions you're trying to get to. It creates this awkward disconnect where the urgent main story is constantly interrupted by these mandatory side tasks, messing up the flow and pacing of the game. Now, I know, in DLCs like Place by Bandits, Druid, and other later attachments to DLCs, this is also a thing in these DLCs. But in Freedom Cry, it's a very short DLC, and this is not even short. I mean, deciding fill for a 3-hour story is not what you need. This could just be me but training missions. I could not stand in Black Flag, and use of this abuse them so much in Freedom Cry. Now, if this training mission has some sort of variety to it, I wouldn't really mind, but Freedom Cry went for 4. I'm not exaggerating when I say this, but 70 to 80% of the main missions in this DLC involve either tailing or eavesdropping, which is super absurd. There was also exploration, which was no longer essential compared to Black Flag, which is understandable considering the situation. But it's disappointing to see a setting that's so small, especially knowing that we have a ship that we can sail. Yeah, you can still sail around to explore underwater wrecks or random islands, but they don't offer the same kind of rewards as what Black Flag gave. Now, was there really any point in leaving Port out free, since every single mission takes place there, besides like 1 or 2, and the only reason to leave is to hunt down a station? Maybe I was that. Well, you needed to publish the main story so they forced it into place. But considering the DLC's map into subtraction the main game world, you're not missing out much. I was going back to the first part of the DLC. I felt like the big issue I was posing with this was also modified the whole what I mean by that is pick up better gear for the free and it is a free slave, so the money to go upgrade it by building the block, which I feel like is different. I mean, it's the more this one, you realize that once I do the best upgrade, you're not required to treat any mistakes seriously. It's things that happen, it's stupid, but I think that's just what I see. Everybody has different opinions. That's what we're really too. First, you'll see that we need to decide I guess in the video, you can buy this DLC for $90, which is a reasonable price for the quality of what the DLC provides you. Raff of the Brilliance is 6 to 8 hours. That takes 8 months to less than $50. It's a DLC that gives you a relatively interesting and story. So what is this to do with that story? The story picks up with us getting the recruitment from Avon who do the thing of so I will show how to show and destroy mystery landscape of the future. This pretty much sets the stage for the overall Christianity of some sort, and mysterious spice done alongside favors of the barriers. I also think people have another power for the that
What a heart-pounding
now,
battle!
it's not so sounding very boring, but I won't lie, it's actually not terrible. Some of the stories I like talked about, it brings me to interesting characters like Sparkila and English. Speaking of Sam, she's the one who really likes some of the characters her motives are well thought out, and overall she's a character that's not drag to listen to or interact with. There's even romance with her, which for some strange reason is not being forced. You know, if it was ever possible, I would absolutely somehow take Kira back to Legends though, instead of listening and looking at how much of a dull character Ron is. Because damn, this DLC did a great job with Kira for her. But enough simply. The actual plot in this DLC mostly follows a familiar pattern we're so used to seeing. Travel to new lands, get mixed up in local politics, and fight your way through. But for me, what sets this DLC apart from my previous adventures in the base game is the kind of supernatural vibe of the enemies, even with the addition of some sort of werewolves, making things feel a little bit mystical. The setting of Island in this DLC did a fantastic job of it, faces the characters deliberately. Yes, the main objectives are pretty straightforward, but one thing that I found pretty neat was how there's something as a lack of drama. There are some plot that are very predictable or become apparent by simply paying attention to the menu. One
Oh
thing I
look,
didn't
hon,
really
Belle finally gave us milk.
despite
Yay.
that would just consist of looking for lengthy, albeit well-acted traditions, and doing some pretty basic investigations. The most frustrating part is the reliance on new people for the world demands, which are these terrible quests to advance the story. You know, thinking of it now, there is a trend in
He's
games
paid
that
her milk tax.
random names forcing you to do just to progress the actual main
Now
story.
she's ready for the tax that you'll give.
A lot like
Hee
the
hee.
classic part like settling, but there's no to it. Instead of just clearing out like 20 plus enemies in a trading post of playing it, you also need to find the actual key of the trading post itself, which often involves tracking it down across the entirety of Ireland. If I'm being honest, I just skipped over this part of the DLC since it's not needed at all, except for the very start of the sea, so that's good, I guess. Now, the selling point for me, apart from farming in the 5 is the children of downed cards in the game, which I found quite enjoyable to track down and fight. They're essentially in a way the main antagonists in this expansion, and honestly, there are clear improvements on top of about how they play this game. You see, on paper, they're like another order of the ancients, a list of names to track down and eliminate. But this DLC took an effective twist on this concept. The DLC really emphasizes the investigation, tracking, and assassination of the targets. Many of the later missions actually require you to engage with the system to move forward in the story. You kind of have to pay attention to the clues you gather, follow the trails, and repeat their locations. Over the Wrath of the Druids DLC, this one, it definitely had both positives and negatives, and I do prefer this one over the base game.
Yay, Belle gave boob milk. Yes.
The Fate of
She's
Atlantis
such
is
a good cat.
it's definitely not bad.
And then she gets rat milk.
Yes, and now she gets rat milk. Pussy.
After completing Assassin's Creed Odyssey story, I was still don't really enjoy the game, so diving into the DLCs felt like an natural next step. The Fate of Atlantis DLC launched at 24 This DLC is a substantial expansion of both of the previous events, delving deeper into the open world above, and extending the main story in fascinating directions. The premise of the story follows the founder, or less than, depending on who itself. I will bring you the story where I got about it. This is a very honest and stuff of the weeks. This is really to influence, progress, not money, but also for the family. Very brand new guys, which really tell you all of the extended. The first episode focuses on this, and the DLC that why can't we put the story and that time? And it does so with the modern day twist that I can listen to the great, but people believe the local charming but the mechanics and big world of us. Sometimes even surpassing base stories, you get translated, aka heaven of when you privilege from handling and complex and web of relationships with there's a diet, and history of peace, in this game, whatever you do, so these are generic and the diet don't get full and really not really that. On the other hand, there's quality of real ability and determined to beat everybody behind, especially the team. Then there's the first one is who appears to have their own ability. You as a player, you pretty much travel around with and find a way to break the Elysium. But to be honest, out of the three characters, I really had no idea who I wanted to side with, and kind of more things than to choose. When it comes to Elysium itself, I looked to look at it. It seems to be the most visually appealing location in the the whole of my Harry Elysium is the first,
This'll put you
because
out of
moving around
commission.
with them especially versatility. The game does give us those up and down views that can use devices, as much as they were used, a lot of the time we experience it like a big ass mountain. Some mechanics from the base game are new, specifically the ship and mercenaries. The absence of which makes sense, given that there is no vast water to navigate, and the missing mercenaries don't really impact the overall experience much. Although what kind of mercenaries eventually, I'll just back at each. The main twist in this episode is reducing first opponent's control to spot their this mechanic is essentially a rebound version of the conquest battle in this game. You still do those familiar things to retest the fortresses and defeating commanders and weaken
Oh, look, hon. Look on the screen. A T-Rex.
the story
Oh?
Look on the screen.
control turns to extreme situation. In the second episode,
Hee hee.
You'll find that guy in the thing that you got for $10.
Yes, I did.
Yes. T-Rex. That spits fire.
the next week we will work allowing you to contribute a podcast the premise of the episode is to find and going up to their leader in the street guarding the underworld and convincing each of them to our own sexual traits. And that's pretty much it for them. Ladies round is essentially a penny and as I said, it's the complete opposite of evolution. Now, however, the underworld is covered with thick fog and flags that put their hearts through us. This is far from half so we can look. One thing I do like about this round is despite being a little wasteland, it's very straightforward in terms of wisdom. The open world here is smaller and more densely packed, meaning you do not spend most of your time traveling between distant map markers or climbing massive mountains. This makes episode 2 feel faster paced and more worthwhile in my opinion. In terms of story-wise, this episode packs a much stronger emotional punch than
We should be safe
while
now.
at least some big feature and memorable sequence with Cassandra and her
What was
grandfather
that
with
thing? I was expecting
sacrifice,
a dancer,
it did not hit
not
as
some
hard
kind of
emotionally
raging
as episode
nightmare.
2 did, especially with the scenes involving
Look,
Phoebe
just
and
calm
Brazil,
down.
who
I'll
I
explain.
also sacrificed. You can
That
really
was an
sense Cassandra's
Anjuna.
feelings of
It's a fierce monster for sure, but it usually keeps its distance from
the boss
humans.
fight with Hades was kind of fun,
I have a
but got
feeling this is
too
all
repetitive.
connected
Because
somehow.
he does the same multiple moves
We
over
better
and
head
over.
home and warn
Persephone
everyone.
in episode 1 was methodically precise
Sounds like
in
a plan.
actions,
Let's
while Hades
skedaddle.
was just a stunt attacker. And then
All
there's
this
the final
stress isn't
episode,
good
which
for
is
my
the Judgment of Atlantis, which introduces us to Poseidon as the ruler of Atlantis. This episode is
Navi
a lot
room, wait,
different compared to the
that's a
first
dead
two
end.
because it dives deeper into the lore of the
Hey,
Assassin's
who's the
Creed
navigator
and portrays
here?
the
You
great
really
character
think I
known as
wouldn't?
Odyssey, who we haven't really been given enough information about since by Assassin's Creed 3. In this episode,
Buddy,
we see mythological
are you
monsters
seeing
who
this
actually
too?
experiments gone wrong. I feel like
A
in
treasure
episode
chest?
1 and 2, those are created
Looks
in
like
the
that
event of
shady
the
Neelix was
story
telling the truth
mythological
after all.
influences, whereas
Grab the
episode
bottle
3
caps
seems
and
to
let's
give
get
more
out of
thought.
here.
And Atlantis is a city that I love. It's so dense and neatly spaced out. The premise of this episode is Poseidon thinking everybody is okay in the city, but in reality, beneath his flawless facade, Atlantis is riddled with corruption, teetering on the brink of disaster, and that's where we step in. Poseidon appoints us as the city's judge, jury, and executioner. Our mission is to judge the city and its inhabitants, solving problems and picking out anyone who opposes you as we explore this beautiful utopian city. In this episode, the key thing here is Cassandra's knowledge bar, which represents the EC's secret sixth sense. We have to boost this knowledge bar by collecting EC artifacts, reading data logs, and finding hidden caches, which grant access to sealed areas in Atlantis. I will say that navigating around Atlantis can be a hassle due to layout. We can see highways breaking up the city like from the wheel, and getting around often requires
Vampires.
the unique aspect of each episode revolves around finding caches, which not only fill our knowledge bar up, but also unlock special upgrades to our abilities. These upgrades can drastically change the properties of our abilities, adding powerful effects like an uncounterable super mode, summoning phantasmal assassins, or even defying death. While these abilities can't feel overpowered, they are balanced by stronger enemies of the game, such as EC enhanced foes and little statues called Colossi that guard fortresses and objectives. Just like the past 2 episodes, you are often pushed into specific story events regardless of your choices, which similar to Legacy of the First Blade, this makes choices pretty useless if I'm being honest, which can be frustrating considering the importance of these events. However, episode 3 does a great job of building a cohesive story that's just straight to the point. The dialogue is pretty short, which can sometimes make scenes feel rushed or forced, but it helps maintain the pace and takes out unnecessary filler. So as a result, all the main missions in this episode feel purposeful and not just taskically occupied. The boss fight with whoever that is pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. It's not hard, don't get me wrong, it's just so long because of the amount of health it has. Its moves are pretty easy to dodge, and you just wither down his health bar and he's doing your turn. So yeah, I found the DLC quite decent, adding a nice twist to the grind of this game. While it initially didn't impress me as much story and gameplay wise, it was still inventive, and did a good job setting up the episodes after. Each episode introduced new mechanics, keeping the gameplay feeling fresh. The Siege of Paris DLC is the second DLC expansion this game offers, and as of me making this video, it's also a similar price to Raff of the Druids, around $10 or maybe even cheaper. Now, I went into this DLC right after Raff of the Druids, and honestly, I had little expectations, because at this point, I was kind of burnt out of Assassin's Creed Valhalla as a whole. But to my surprise, I did find this DLC quite enjoyable. Definitely not perfect by any means, but not bad also. The Siege of Paris DLC takes it to the very chaotic and beautiful land of Francia, delivering a huge blend of storylines that keep you interested. Just like Raff of the Druids, there are new gameplay mechanics and some truly memorable moments. While it ranks fairly high on the list for its ambitious scope and unique setting of France's way earlier in history, it does contain a few tools that keep it from being top tier. The story kicks off when we're recruited by Tolga, a Viking raider from Francia, to take part in a planned raid in the city of Paris. Unlike Raff of the Druids, the Siege of Paris DLC leans heavily into political drama instead of personal stories. In Francia, we meet a very little fat man named Charles the Fat. He's a new ruler that's making life pretty miserable for his people, especially targeting the low settlers. You know, it's pretty easy to notice that the moment moment we arrive in France, we can immediately get a sense of Charles' quality. One thing that's worth saying is while England was pretty bland but also charming, Norway had its icy fjords and Ireland had its majestic rolling hills, France feels different. It is almost from the very start. It's pretty ironic that Eivor, a Viking who came to burn the city to the ground, is kind of surprised by another person's devastation. If anything, Eivor should be recognizing a professional's handiwork. Is that just me? Maybe. Apparently, the DLC does look less aggressive than Unity. But then again, that's just because Unity was set during 1790 and one is way back in the 800s. In fact, why did I even write this part of the script? I should fire myself. One thing this DLC does well in is the main quest. Because the reason you need to go into assassin, despite a population being an assassin's role, the reintroduction of black box missions, which I believe we haven't seen since Unity, I believe, made a comeback. And yeah, they weren't perfect by any means, but it was so nice to see them return. One of the common criticisms of Valhalla was that it didn't feel very assassin-like. But the infiltration missions in this DLC definitely capture that covert energy. They bring back the stealthy vibe fan of the series that I appreciate. Black box out around, so seas, or just be a Viking and fuck shit up. But to be fair, the study route unlocks extra cutscenes and some pretty crazy looking kills, especially the one where you're taught to strip naked, which, yeah, let's be honest though, it is pretty obvious that this is.
Oh look, Jay's here on Twitch.
The result?
Oh, Jay's here?
Jay's here on Twitch. Why are you going on Twitch, Jay? You scared?
Jay's scared of the fact that we're gonna get that dildo put up him.
Yep. He's afraid of the dildo up his butthole. Yes!
He
just confirmed it. He's afraid of the dildo up his butthole. You did it! What's a dildo between friends, Jay? And you have to be nice to me tomorrow as well. You have to live with the consequences, Jay, that you drew me up in your artistic room and you let me cook for like over 9 months and you have to deal with the craziness. What did I miss? Oh, just nothing much, just Jay on Twitch. Screaming in agony. What a sentence, lol! Yes!
So yeah, overall the Siege of Paris.
Happy birthday, Kitsune. It's not my birthday until tomorrow, by the way. My birthday isn't today. It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. What a sentence! Yes, what a sentence! It's like 9 months for making me suffer in my room, and she looks like a stupid father. Hee hee. It's Jay's fault that I'm overbaked. Spare me! No. I will not spare you. I will shove this cock up your ass.
Hee.
Is JJ flying to the UK to spend? No, not this. No, not this year. Not this year. I don't know what's happening regarding my birthday. I have no clue regarding other things. I mean, is JJ's already happy with the stuff I got him because I actually ordered some stuff from Hot Topic for him. Because he got his I Can Fix Him shirt for Valentine's and he's got both a Cali and a Bay shirt. Because I paid straight from the US Hot Topic.
The other riders are back.
Is the North Kamuna investigation over already? They don't look so hot. Something must have happened. Is everything all right?
Kana, it's... There's a monster running wild in North Kamuna Forest.
You guys look like you're in pain. You sure you're okay?
We got on the wrong end of the monster's venom.
Venom?
And we ran into an Anjanath on the south side of the island.
Anjanath? That's... You'd better go tell Chief Gara.
The village's safety comes first. If this monster in the forest is a threat, we'll go deal with it.
Be careful. It won't go down easy.
I know, but it could give us a clue about what's been going on lately. With Red and Guardian Ratha gone, we have to learn to protect ourselves now. Before we go, we'd better make sure we're prepared against poisoning.
We should
I
be
recommend
fine.
making a trip to the merchant and stocking up on antidote herbs.
We can do this, partner! We were born for this!
What's the video that you posted, Dominic? Aussie Flair just posted this. Let me have a look. Let me have a look at this. Oh, I know about that. Yeah, I know about that already. That I know about. The puppet master crying. Of course he is. He's always crying. When is he not crying? He's always fucking crying.
Welcome, welcome.
Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, no worries.
Oh, thank you.
No worries, it's fine. Dominic, I know that of that post. I know of that one. It's not that hard to tell. I'm looking for him to fucking scream in this server again, bitching and crying like a little bitch. Birthday drinking stream. Thank you, Jay, for giving me an idea. Congrats. Thank you for the idea, Jay. When you give me ideas. Oh, poor Jay. Thank you for giving me the idea, Jay. Look, man. Few more people. They dislike the stream. They basically revealed who they are. Yeah, but I won't find that out until later on. Also, hon, Jay gave an idea for a stream tomorrow.
I heard.
Yes, thank you, Jay, for giving me an idea for having a birthday drinking stream. Congrats! Well done!
Kinship always wins.
Thank you, Jay, for giving me the idea. I bet you're going to regret it now. Oh, he's so gonna regret it. It's like, please, no, mercy! There is no mercy. The only mercy that you'll be getting is the dildo up your anus. I hope your ass is clenched, Jay. I regret it already! Oh, yes. I bet you regret. It's like, why did I birth this creature? Why did I cook this creature in my womb for 9 months? Bet you regret cooking me in your womb. It's been 3 years since I subbed to you. Happy 3-year anniversary to subbing for me. I bet he regrets everything. Or possibly longer, lol. Yeah. It could be longer considering now you've been there since Winter days, I would imagine. I lost track, to be honest. No worries. At least you're not like Howard, aka the court jester. At least you're not like them. I think it was during COVID when I discovered your channel.
I smell something.
Oh yeah, so it would have been Winter days
Over
then.
here.
It's ugly!
Hello there.
Oh look, it's the court jester if he was an ugly beast and spat poison. I think he is... Yeah, he's technically... I remember when I first met Riff, she was a shy girl. Now look at her. Damn, don't you, internet! I would have never been pure.
Hehe.
And besides, Jay, there's only one person you have to blame. Mori Clivey! 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 paper that tainted me. For the good, for the better! Jay, I enjoy your screams of agony! See? You should join us on the YouTube side! I'm hiding! You cannot hide! You cannot run! You cannot hide! For I'm going to shove this dildo up your ass! I've been quiet so she forgets her promises! I won't forget my promises. You have about as much hope as the hell freezing over. Isn't that right, hon, that I won't forget my promises? I never forget my promises. I never forget. Damn! I got a dominant mindset.
This'll put you out of
And
commission.
Jay's got a submissive mindset. Explosion!
Keep up the pace.
The animations are so peak. Yes, they are. Or Howard being able to be near schools and parks. Well, to be fair, he does live near a school and graveyards. Jay, come on the YouTube side. Stop hiding on Twitch side like a coward. Where's my soon-to-be birthday gift, Jay? Stop hiding like your Howard. Yeah, Jay should stop hiding like he's Howard. Come on, Jay, come on. Stop being a little pussy and come forth. Shaking my head. Why are you gonna bring that name in? Because it's funny.
Nice one.
All it took was baiting to get
This'll
Jay
put
to
you
come
out of
onto the
commission.
YouTube side. Now you can't make the video! What are you talking about? In fact, let's see. What's happening? You're having scuff. Oh, what happened? You had scuff there. Oh dear, Jay, you had scuff. You suffered with scuff. Dear Lord Jay, you had some real scuff problems. Have you been praying to our Lord and Savior, Scuff Queen? Okay, he's doing this. He's close to dying. That's how Yandere laugh. Now kids say, Mommy can punish you! Yes. JJ, you should be on my side! What are you talking about? He's never on your side. What are you talking about, Jay? He's never on your side. When has he ever been on your side? Oh, he'll be giving you the rat cock! Yes.
Let's go. This'll put you out of commission.
And the ugly creature known as the court Jester is dead! Okay, I'm on his! We all are here. Unfortunately, to Jay's dismay, will never be say-so. She made me cry! Now you gotta tell her she can't make the video! Oh, what happened, Jay? You got some scuff again. Oh dear, you had some scuff again. Dear Lord. You should go to a doctor to have that checked out. Oh dear, you had some real scuff. I'm still gonna make the video, by the way. Jay, if she gives me the word, I will punish you with sand tentacles. Oh, I bet he'll be having a sandy good time. It'll go through all the nooks and crannies. All the nooks and crannies. Okay. I reckon this is a pookie. You don't even want to know what I look like to make that one, lol. Oh, trust me, Dominic's gonna punish you good. He's already doing it. And they'll go in when the sun don't shine. I.e. right up the arsehole. Just don't prep his arsehole beforehand. You'll get more pleasure that way. Ooh, and I see a wedding, I see a wedding, I see a wedding, I see a wedding. That is not Jay! So many weddings. Ooh, there's 2 weddings. Lovely. Ooh, I struck gold with 2 weddings. More eggies. More eggies. I'm a fox that likes to steal the eggies. I like to steal eggs. When I first joined chat, I couldn't understand your sexy accent. Now I can. Yes, because you've been indoctrinated into the way. Are you excited for Stories 3? Yes, 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 I am. It looks so good. It looks so good. I will not be buying on... But she's a fox that let JJ impregnate her eggs. How else am I going to have them fertile? How else am I going to have those fertile eggs? Chaos! Yes. I kind of don't want that one. Ooh, that's a good one. I like this new system. This is a find. I like this system. It makes it so much easier. Yes, Jay, chaos. Oh, you yet to have another Redden. Reddens all galore. Dear God, little kitsune's running around the house. Little kitsune rat babies running around the house. The beautiful union of a rat and a fox. You'll make some glorious hybrids. Little rat fox babies. Good thing I have my own fox girl! That's gonna get impregnated by rat. I'm just waiting for you and JJ to appear on the 90 days finance. JJ's gonna impregnate your fox girl as well, Jay. He's going to impregnate them all. Instead of catching them all, he'll be impregnating them all. He'll be impregnating them all. Also, it'll give me a chance to do some side quests later. I'll do some side quests on the stream. Okay, time to see what eggies I get out of this venture. Okay, that could be Pookie. That is, I believe... That's the best one that we got, that's fine. I do like this new system though, it makes things so much easier. Nah, I'm just gonna throw you in the way. That's not gonna work though, Jay. Little Woad, aka Woadhammer, just posted something from 2 hours ago and laughed my ass off. Trust me, you're going to enjoy his shorts. Especially because since the clown doxed his face. Oh, the shit posts from that has been glorious. And Jay, you're not gonna throw me in the way. That's not gonna stop JJ. He's a rat. He's just going to leap off my head and go towards your fox waifu. And impregnate! Nothing stops you, right, hon?
Nope.
Not even Jay.
Chief, we've got cause for concern. We ran into an Anjanath and a Puke Puke. This place isn't safe.
An Anjanath? Are you
and
sure?
I do, Jay Fox Waifu. See, Jay? Everyone wants a piece of your Fox Waifu.
Yeah, it attacked us right out of the blue. I don't know if this is because of Guardian Wrath.
Oh, just make another wisp and use her like a shield! That won't work. In fact, oh no, Jay, you got scuff again. Dear Lord, Jay, you're suffering scuff. You really need to have that checked out. It's an infection.
Without Guardian Ratha's influence, the monsters may be having a hard time restraining themselves.
I thought so too. We should investigate the Guardian Ratha
I'll make her
woods.
crave
That's
the
where all this
sand
started.
bender D. Yes.
Of course.
Chaos!
You both
What
have my
scuff?
permission to enter the sacred mountain.
He's just suffering the scuff of the Scuff Queen, aka Amelie. He's suffering the scuff. His messages keep disappearing for some reason. Normally I'm fluent in wispy words. If you watch Amelie, then you'll know why we mention scuff. Because she frequently has scuff herself. Jay is suffering so much scuff his messages are disappearing. I don't know why. It's a mystery to me.
But make sure you're ready.
It's a mystery to me. It's a mystery to me. It's surprising for me. My characters aren't even that attractive. That's bull fucking shit, Jay, and you fucking know it. You're lying to yourself. Jay, you're only meant to be a plaything. Okay, check. Ooh. And I enjoy breaking things. That is the most ugliest baby ever. I'm not gonna bother with the name because it's just gonna be used in the gene pool. Gonna get used in the gene pool for Turkey, so I don't have the name. You said that with so much anger! Yes. And what's the, I love that Dominic is just doing chaos in chat. Poor Jay getting scuffed! Yes, it's a mystery. It really is. It's surprising. Why is Jay getting bullied? What are you talking about, Belle? I'm not bullying him. I'm not bullying him. Oh look, it's the court jester. You know what I'm gonna name? I call dibs on being a green egg. This one's not good. I'm gonna call the next one. I'll call you. Do you really want to be named after a Pookie Pookie? I don't know if it's a Pookie Pookie good or not. Well, it's a poison monster, but there's more better names. Ooh. Some monsters may hatch with a rainbow-colored gene. This is a free bingo gene. Oh, that one's gonna get kept. Not enough room in the stables to hatch. Okay. Guessing I'm having to wait until I get the until I can do the other thing. Did Jay leave? No, I doubt he's left. He's probably screaming in terror. See, I told you. Screaming in terror. I'm planning something. Planning what? The cock up your ass? I do watch him getting scuffed. He's probably preparing for the cock up his ass. Doesn't help that my messages are gone! It's not me that's doing it though. It's not me that's causing it, thankfully. I'm not causing the scuff. This time. We need to have that checked out to the doctor. What? My finger slipped. Laughing emojis. I don't know, Jay. What did he do? Well, now we know it's confirmed. Jay likes up the arse. Yes. He is an arse man after all. Of course he would love out the arse. He has confirmed himself multiple times that he is an arse man. He loves things up the butt. Up the butt. Tee hee.
Jesus Christ. Two things. One, I hate the fact that at a con a red thing had to get fucking harassed. That's disgusting.
Oh yeah, you're referring to that one person that took a picture of a fan that had like a red merch on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And two, a VTuber artist just caught a scammer that had basically stolen spike art.
Oh yeah, I know about that as well. We cannot escape drama. Meanwhile, I'm seeing drama about fucking powder. The heck? Oh Jay, don't you know? If you check Twitter, then you'll know. You wish you didn't. To be honest, I haven't been checking. Well, you should.
Keep up the pace. That's the way.
I've been doing the JJ strat and keeping away from it though. But sometimes you can't keep away from it. Sometimes you just have to have the curiosity to see.
Let's go. This'll put you out of commission.
love my sand tentacles up your ass? Yeah, he would love it. He loves that sort of thing. Dude, you're saying ooh. Yes, ooh. Ooh. What's that big bulgy coming up my ass? When have I said that? You have now. You have now. You have now. Chaos! You love the chaos star. It gives you joy. It gives you life. It gives you a cock right up your ass. And you'll be going, ah! 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 More! More! Ooh, money. I bet even Wispy would love my sand attack. Nah, I don't like having sand up my pussy, thank you. I'm not a big person of the sand. What the fuck? Got that. Yep, and threw me off. Oh, Belle, how about you? Hold up just a second. Oh, bad timing. Just a minute!
that a commission? That's the way. These are sacred grounds. Your grandpa passed away, but his Rathalos came back. Besides Red, Guardian Ratha would never let anyone else ride him. I'm sure he's waiting for Red to come home. That's what Chief Gara always said.
But this red guy's not around anymore, right? So why?
The truth is, once a monster forms a bond with a rider, it never forgets them. Remember that strange light when Guardian Ratha left? Something must have happened then. Otherwise, Guardian Ratha would never have abandoned the island. Okay, let's take a look around.
Yeah, leave it to me! My nose knows there's something here!
Is it? Red!
I'm getting gloved by a woman!
I can't believe my eyes.
Who are you?
Sorry to say, but this isn't Red.
Oh, of course. There's no way it could be. It's just those eyes look like Red's.
Red was one of our leaders. This is his grandkid.
Huh?
Red passed away a long time ago.
I know. It's just I actually came to see Guardian Raff. Red gave me something to bring back here.
Something from Red?
Whoa! Whoa! What was that?
Whoa! Something's coming. Over there.
It's the T-Rex! Dun 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 dun! It's me, Wisp! Oh yes, it's you, because you have no tits!
Well, why is it acting so weird? What's going on?
Dun 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 dun.
That's old kinship stone. You might be able to use it to calm that monster down.
Red's kinship stone.
Of course it's you, because you have no breasts. You wish you had my tits.
Take it.
You ready for this?
Yeah, let's do it! Right on!
The best part is I can actually clip that and I can just do the kazoo thing, Jurassic Park. Okay, you can power, so I'm guessing speed. No, you do speed for some reason.
You out of commission?
damn it. Excuse to give me what I want. And I think Jay is dead, so I think you can milk Haruki now, hun.
Yay!
We're gonna call this here. We hope you enjoyed, because I need to finish off a little early because I need to do some grinding, because I had my ass beat a bit and I'm gonna need to do some more grinding. So we're gonna call this here. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you later.